Alright, good day everyone. This is FM Shreyas Smith from Pro Chess Evolution, and today we're going to be taking a look at another one of the games from the Chess Genesis tournament from the Under 1300 section between Ellie Edwards and Devante Lewis. Now in this game, both the white and the black kings were under heavy fire, and there are a lot of mate possibilities for both sides. Now I want to see if you can take the opportunity to find some of these mate opportunities. Alright. So let's get into the game. Starting with e4, e5, knight f3, d6. Black goes a bit unconventional. Bishop c4, h6, stopping any knight g5 ideas. d3, knight f6, bishop b3, bishop g4, c3, knight c6, h3, d5, knight d2, and knight e7. So black starts a regrouping of his knight, probably with his idea of freeing the c pawn so that he can develop his queen, so that he can castle on the queen side. Knight f1. So white starts his knight regrouping, trying to go for g3 to attack the weak bishop on h5. c6, knight g3, bishop d6, knight h4. So white insists on going for the bishop. Bishop goes back to h7. Black says no, he's not giving up his bishop. Castle, queen b6, showing his intentions to castle on the queen side. Bishop e3, gaining a tempo. Queen c7, rook e1, g5. So black makes his aggressive intentions known, that he is going straight out for the attack. Knight f3, queen d7, trying to support the push to g4, queen c2, g4, attacking the knight, pawn takes, and opening a file for attack on the white king. Rook e2, bishop g6, knight h2, trying to get rid of enemy pieces in his camp. h5, supporting the knight and getting ready to open the h file. Rook e1, bishop h6, developing his piece while also clearing the way for more pieces to come into the attack. Bishop times h6, rook takes h6, knight takes, pawn takes, and I believe this was a very bad idea for white, because now he allows the rook to have complete control of a file onto his king. Queen c1, attacking the rook. Rook a7, protecting it. Queen g5, getting the queen to a more active square. And queenside castle, the idea to bring another piece into the attack. Queen d2, rook h8, all fire down on the h file. d4. So white is trying to get some play. f6, black keeps solid. Bishop c2, bishop f7, takes, You see 1, knight g6. So black is trying to bring more pieces into the attack. Rook d2. And here, black continued with queen e6. Another way black could have continued was to play knight f4, potentially taking away an escape route for the white king, so that when you come crashing down on the h file, he has no escape. There's a knight here, queen e6, bishop to b3, queen e7, and rook d1. White tries to get some play on the weakness on the d6 pawn. And here, decide to go passive with rook d8. I think more to the point would have just been to forget about that pawn and just go for queen h4, putting full artillery on the h file. Already you're threatening mate in 2 moves. But rook d8, knight f5, queen f8, bishop takes, rook takes, and now knight takes, and white wins an exchange here. So rook takes, queen g7, white still continues to fight. Black, queen d2, knight e7, here, here, and now the black king starts to run. King b6, a4, but this allows for knight d5, and now all of a sudden black starts to gain counterplay in the position. a5 check was played, king a6. Of course, black does not want to take this pawn because then it opens the way for the rook to come in and to add more fire to the black king. So king a6, right approach, not opening up the position. Queen e6 was played by white, and here black played knight f4. Alright, here in the game white played queen c8, but here he missed a very nice mate in 3. So this is the first mate, that one of the mates that you have to see. So let's see here. If you want to pause the video, you can, to see if you can find the checkmate in 3 moves. Alright, if you saw queen c4 check, you are correct. When looking for mates from your opponent, starting with a check is usually a great idea. If king takes a5, then queen to b4 check, king a6, and rook a1 is mate. If pawn to b5, then we also have queen takes c6, king takes a5, and now rook to a1 is mate. So in the game, white missed this opportunity to end the game. Queen c8 was played. Queen to h7. And now here was a decisive mistake from white. Now it looks good because now white is threatening to come for the black king over there, but he has now left his king side completely exposed on this side of the board, to the mercy of three of black's pieces. So it's no surprise here that there is actually a forced mate in 6 here for black, that black actually did find in the game. So if you want to take your time, pause the video and see if you can find black's mate in 6. Alright, further ado, knight e2 check. As I said before, usually when you're looking for mates, starting with a check is usually a good idea. King f1, knight g3 check, king e1, queen h1 check, king d2. White king thinks that he's getting away, but rook takes f2. Black brings in the rook for the execution. King to e3, queen e1 check, king d3, and now the final mate, queen to e2 check. So this was a very wild game. Both kings were on the run like bandits, but at the end it was white's king that was left critically ill. Alright, thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you again in the next clip.